So on my UFC 300 main card I made a hypothetical card. I had Charles Oliveira on that card versus Arman Sarukian. I had a bunch of fights in there. And one of the fights I said they need to do was a 5 round BMF title defense for Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Dana White has just come out and announced that Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway is going to be taking place at UFC 300. 5 round fight. I can't wait for this fight, man. This is going to be an absolute great fight. I've been wanting this fight for so long, and we're fucking getting it. Like, this is so hype. I'm so glad. You know, Max put out like a thing on Twitch saying I'm not going to be on UFC 300 and all this stuff, and he was sad and everything. But here we are, Justin Gaethje. You know, he's taken this fight. I like that he's taken this fight. He said he never wanted to fight Max Holloway, but here we are. And this might be a massacre. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This might generally This might be the fight, and I know we hear it every time he fights, but I think this might be the fight where Max Holloway gets chinned. I'm sorry to say, I generally might. I generally think this is going to be the fight where he gets chinned. Alright, I think he's going to get really badly beaten by Justin Gaethje here. I think Gaethje's going to destroy him with leg kicks. We've seen that Max Holloway doesn't really check leg kicks. You know, Volk just destroyed him in their first fight with purely just with leg kicks. We've just seen that leg kicks aren't really something he worries about. And against Justin Gaethje's not like he's not going in there to leg kick. And I'm not saying Volk does it to get points or anything like that. But Volk's leg kicks aren't as powerful as like a Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje's going in there to fucking rip his leg apart. Like, Justin Gaethje's going to go in there and try and literally stop him from walking, and I think he's going to probably achieve that. Now, I could honestly see a way this fight ends with just via leg kicks, but also Justin Gaethje is going to be landing bomb after bomb on Max Holloway's chin. Max Holloway's gotten a lot slower lately. Not too much slower. He's still fairly alright, but obviously he is taking a lot of wear and tear. I think Justin Gaethje is going to really badly hurt him. Like, let's just factor into this as well. Justin Gaethje, you know, he's really rapidly improved. He really has improved. And Max Holloway against Dustin Poirier in that second fight, he was getting hurt a lot with the power. The power difference was very adamant. You could really see there was a big power difference with Max Holloway. You know, lightweight, big lightweight. And Justin Gaethje hits, you know, I don't want to exaggerate, but probably twice as hard as Dustin Poirier. He hits a lot harder. He's on a better strength of schedule at the moment. Obviously just beat Dustin Poirier. He's looking a lot better. I think this is the fight that happens, man. I really do. I think Max Holloway's chin's going to get cracked. Like, if you're looking for a fighter to crack Max Holloway's chin, you move up a weight class and you give him Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is going to badly tear them legs apart, man. He's badly going to beat up his legs. It's going to happen. It's not going to be pretty. He's going to mix up them body shots and then open up the upstairs. Maybe Max is just going to eat the body shots and not give a fuck. You know, we haven't really seen Max Holloway get hurt to body shots, really. Nobody really utilizes that. But in the pocket, I just think Justin Gaethje is going to land so many bombs. And who knows, maybe Max Holloway somehow toughs it out, his chin survives, and he goes in there and maybe breaks Justin Gaethje later. I do wonder, though, is this a permanent move for Max Holloway? Is he now a lightweight moving forward? Or is this just like a one-time thing because he wants that, you know, BMF belt and all that? Like, I don't know. I just knew this was going to happen, man. I really did. I said this would happen, and now here we are. But I don't know. This is crazy. This is a great fight. I'm so glad they did it. I was getting worried that it wasn't going to happen, but now it looks like it's going to happen. And if Justin Gaethje wins this, you know, they're moving the Saudi Arabia card to June. You know, May, June. Would he do a 2-month turnaround? I'm not quite sure, but it would make some sense. But this is just a good fight. And maybe, who knows, maybe the winner just gets Islam straight up. I wouldn't be opposed to Max Holloway versus Islam Makhachev. I don't think it would be competitive, but I'd like to see it. You know, Max has shown to have good takedown defense. So who knows, maybe he can keep it standing, and then who knows, maybe Islam Makhachev breaks his chin. Who knows? That would also be pretty fucked up though if Islam Makhachev's like back-to-back title defenses against like ranked featherweights. I can already see the people getting pissed off about that. Which, admittedly, so he hasn't fought like a lightweight contender for a while. But honestly, this is a great fight, and I think this should be the #1 contender fight. maybe not number one contender fight, but if Gaethje wins, I'd rather see him get the title fight over Oliveira Sarukian at this point, just to get like a fresh matchup for Islam Makhachev. But I guess we'll see what happens. And then this wasn't the only fight Dana White announced. He also announced that Jim Miller has got his fight booked already for UFC 300. Fourth time now, I think it is. It might be the fourth time, so fourth time's the charm. Jim Miller will be booked against Bobby Green. This fight's been booked so many times, man. Like, literally, I think 3 times. I think Bobby Green's the one who pulled out of 2 of them. I'm not quite sure the first time they were meant to fight. Obviously, Bobby Green got injured in one of them. Had weight cut issues the second time. No, the second time, and then the third time, I can't remember. He just pulled out, I think, and then it was Cowboy versus Miller. I think that's what happened. I might be wrong on that. I just know they've been booked a bunch of times, so let's just hope that this is the time we finally get the fight. And honestly, if this fight happened before Bobby Green versus Jarlin Turner, I think I would pick Bobby Green. But after that damage he took from Jarlin Turner, I just think I'm gonna have to go with Jim Miller. That was a hellacious beating that Bobby Green took. Like, he got badly beaten, like really badly beaten. Took big shot after he was knocked unconscious. Like, that's not something you want to see out of a fighter, especially an older fighter. That's not good for his durability moving forward. So honestly, I think Jim Miller is going to get this one done. And I honestly can see a world where he KOs Bobby Green. Now, I know the guys he's KOing aren't the most durable guys, but we don't know what Bobby Green's durability is going to be like after taking a hellacious beating like that by Jarlin Turner. You know, he's getting rocked. He got rocked, like he's doing the fucking chicken dance and then gets dropped and then gets his head pounded into the canvas. Like, 20 unanswered shots, like, it was rough to see. It was like we were witnessing like an actual murder in the cage. So I think I'm gonna take Jim Miller here. Jim Miller's just looking a lot better, even though he's older. He is looking a lot better at this point. I mean, Bobby Green's still looking good and against higher competition, high level competition, I'd say. But like, I don't know. We'll find out what happens. Hopefully they have like a backup, because Bobby Green seems to be cursed when it comes to fighting Jim Miller out of all people. Like, he just can't seem to make it to the fight. So hopefully they have like somebody on standby or something, because I don't want to miss. Jim Miller needs to be on this card. So, you know, but I'm glad that this fight's happening. I'm glad Jim Miller's got a fight booked. You know, UFC 300 would not feel complete without Jim Miller, so I'm glad we got these fights. These are 2 banger fights, 2 lightweight fights. Lightweight's one of the best divisions. We also got Charles Oliveira versus Ahmed Sarukian. And people complain about this card all they want. This card's looking great on paper. Let me just read off this card right now. Let me go look at UFC 300. Like, this card, I know people are expecting like some crazy fights or whatever, but it is still very good. Like, Davison Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt, Charles Oliveira versus Sarukian, Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage is the first fight of the night. Kelvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling, not even on the main card. Yuri Prohaska versus Alexander Rakic, and then Weili Zhang versus Jan Akshan. Like, that's some good fights. These are good fights, man. These are really good fights. And who knows? Who knows what else is going to be on this card? Like, maybe Israel Adesanya fights the winner of Duplessis versus Strickland, or maybe the fight I wanted on this card happens. Maybe we get Israel Adesanya versus Hamzat Chimaev, something like that. I'm not quite sure on that one, but I think we will see Israel Adesanya versus the winner of this weekend's fight, possibly. I've heard Alex Pereira is probably going to be fighting on UFC 301. That's what I've heard, but he does talk about wanting a quick turnaround. So maybe maybe he's talking like, I'll fight UFC 300, then turn around, fight Magomed Ankalaev at 301. Maybe that's what he's getting at. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this is crazy. This is honestly crazy. Some good fights. It's a good card. I know people have like these people have unrealistic expectations. Like, it's going to be Conor McGregor and fucking Brock Lesnar and John Jones, and like they're gonna have like every fucking championship defend the belts on here. But I think we're gonna get like at least 3 5-round fights, maybe 4. You know, honestly, if they get Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, like this could be a 4. There could be 4 5-round fights on this card, which would feel pretty massive because it's never happened before on a UFC card. So that ultimately could be what they're planning here, just to make it feel bigger than ever. But honestly, the card's looking good. I don't get the hate on it. It's going to be a good card either way. We're going to watch, and you know, the card's not even complete yet. Like, that's how many fights is that now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, there's still room for like another 7 fights or something like that. So this card's not even close to being done. You know, there's still more fights to be added. But I'm excited for it. It should be really good. But thank you guys so much for watching. I just thought I'd make this quick update, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure give me your thoughts on these matchups. How do you have these fights going? And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.